Okay, awesome. I see people are still hopping on, which is great. Thanks for getting on with me today. I think like 75% of us are sheltered in place at this point. So if you're like me, a little human interaction is not too bad. So I wanted to talk to you guys. Megan was supposed to come on from corporate and talk to us, and this morning she messaged me and said that she had something come up, so she couldn't do this time. So rather than rescheduling the whole thing, I said, let's go ahead and we'll do our team meeting, and then we'll have Megan come on another time because next week could be a totally different situation. So first of all, I want to give you guys I don't want these to last longer than 20 minutes or so. And I think that your time is well spent actually doing things, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But I want to give you a quick overview from my point of view where the team is. So I'm Jen, by the way, for all of our new people. I'm Jen, and I started back in July of 2018, right? So a little over a year and a half. If we look at last year in March, we did $131,000 as a team, and we ended the month with 132 people. So last February and March was really when our team kind of started multiplying pretty fast, and our team volume started going up from there. The month before we were at 83,000 and 93 reps. So March was a big month for us last year, and it was a big month for us again this year. So in February, this team did $258,000, and in March, we went down a little bit. We went to 220, but it was still our second highest month by almost $30,000. So what that's telling me, and based on our call with corporate the other day, is regardless of what's going on in the world, people are still buying leggings. And I think what I have, what I have seen in the past, we'll say 3 weeks, is as more and more people are home and as the weather is getting better, they're going to want to get outside, and they're going to want to look cute when they do it. And some of them, like me, have been eating and drinking way more than they normally do, so their pants might be a little tight. Mine are. But anyways, people are still buying our product, and we have a perfect business to work from home. So one of the things I think, and this is kind of a theme, and I'm hearing it from a lot of you, we talked about it a little bit last week, is people are kind of paralyzed with fear right now. Whether you're afraid for your health or your family's health, or you're afraid for your job or your husband's job, or your son or daughter's job, there's a lot of fear right now, and I think people are very afraid of continuing on with their business. They don't know how to continue selling leggings without being pushy or insensitive. And you don't have to be either of those things to continue on with your business. So first off, I want to welcome all of our new reps. We had 26 new reps sign up in the month of March. We already have one for April. So we have had, I wrote this down, 64 new reps sign up since January 1st. So welcome to all of you. I think some of you, I see a few names on here that are new people. Welcome to all of you. I hope that you will find this helpful, and I hope that maybe I can direct you to some additional resources. There are a number of reps who have signed up, whether it was last month or the month before, who have not launched their business. And I know there's some hesitation for people to say, okay, I signed up, but I don't know what to do now. It's not the right time to launch. And that's really a personal decision, but I would encourage you to go ahead and announce your business. You don't have to do it in a weird or icky way. You can do it in a, I found these amazing leggings, this amazing activewear, and I want to share it with all of you while we're at home. I am living in my leggings every day. And I don't know about you guys. This is like I think I'm on day 4 hair. But I am living in my Zyia. And I know there are a lot of people at home who are. So I would encourage you to launch your business. And if you look in the team pages, I know in Team Ambition, it's a group, there's a folder at the top, and it's got a new rep training, and it's literally got for your first, I think it's like 3 weeks, every day some activity to do. If you are not a new rep, but you have been in this I'm paralyzed with fear mode, I would encourage you to go back through those things and take a look at them and think about what are you doing and what are you not doing. So what I want to talk to you today about are what I call IPAs. We're not going to talk about beer, but these are essential to your business. So IPAs are income producing activities. Sitting and listening to training, and this is why I want it to be so short, is because sitting and listening to trainings is great to learn, but if you aren't doing the IPAs that back it up or that you learn, then it's a waste of your time. So we're going to look at what are income producing activities. So let me tell you first what is not an income producing activity. Scrolling Facebook or Instagram is not an income producing activity. Having your Facebook open while you are watching the news is not necessarily an income producing activity. So what I would recommend you do is turn off the dinging on your phone. You know what I mean when I say dinging? Turn off the Facebook notifications that give you a dinging noise, because if you're like me, every time this thing dings, I pick it up. Do you do that? So turn off the ding and plug your phone in. Because for me, if my phone is plugged in, I am not as tempted to sit and scroll through it. If it's sitting next to me, I find myself picking it up and scrolling through it. Check your notifications. When you get onto Facebook, don't just scroll. Go to your notifications and check those. Who has commented on your posts, who has sent you a message, those sorts of things. That gets you a little closer to income producing activities. And then scroll no more than 3 times a day. So, sorry, this chair like slides down by itself, so I find myself down here. Scroll no more than 3 times a day. I think it's important to, what would be the right word that I want here? To strategically scroll, because you need to be active and you need to be social on Facebook or Instagram for other people to see your stuff. So I do think it's important to scroll a couple times a day for 5 to 10 minutes and comment or like non-Zyia rep stuff, because if you are only commenting and liking Zyia rep stuff, those are the only people who are going to see your things. All right, so that's just a real quick overview of what is not an IPA, and let's move into what are some things that I consider IPAs. So I want everybody to take a second and write down your sales goal for the month. So I want you to write down what your personal, so you don't have to share it with us, but I want you to write down your personal sales goal. And I want you to write it in a non-negotiable. So that might be $200 to get a commission check. That might be $600 to get your website fee waived. It might be $1,000 to hit that 8% bonus. And we don't know what the incentive is going to be yet this month, but Zyia is going to roll out an incentive. Hi, you need to go brush your teeth. Mm-hmm. You want to say hi? Mm-hmm. Okay, what do you need? Mm-hmm. Okay, go. We don't know what sorry guys, we don't know what the incentive is going to be, but we do know that it's going to be something to put cash in your pocket. So in the past, when I first started, I think the first one was if you either did $2,500 in sales or, oh, look at cute puppy, or signed up 5 people for the month, you got $500, and if you did both of them, you got $1,000. So that was the first one. More recently, they've done the 3x4, which is sponsor 3 people, close 4 parties, and do $2,500 in sales. I know at Christmas time, we got $1,000 bonuses. Every time you did that, you got a $1,000 bonus. So some people got big bonuses. I think that's what it was. So my guess is that whatever this incentive they're going to do is, and we should find that out soon, it's supposed to put cash in our pockets. And my guess is that it's going to be based on how much your sales are, and how many people you bring into the business. So I want you to write down your personal sales goal, your non-negotiable, and then your stretch goal. So in the perfect world, what is your goal for sales? And then I also want you to write down a sponsoring goal. Sponsoring could mean one person. You're going to introduce one person to the business and bring them in. That's sponsoring. If you are looking to grow your downline business, my recommendation, and a lot of you have heard this before, is 5 to grow, 3 to maintain. Because you're always going to have that rule of threes where one person's going to work the business, one person's going to occasionally do something, and the last person is going to quit. So to maintain your team, you want to be sponsoring 3 people a month. Does that always happen? No, it doesn't. I can tell you that from personal experience. I sponsored a whole lot more people at the beginning than I do now. But for my team to continue to grow, I have to be out there sponsoring people. When you are first starting, I think that 5 number, that's a big number. It's really scary, especially if you haven't sponsored anybody yet. And that's okay, guys. It's totally okay. But I want you to write down your sponsoring goal and your sales goal, because if you don't have those written down and they're not at the forefront of your mind, at the end of the month you may say, well, I'm okay, I didn't hit $1,000, it's fine, I only did 450. But if you write it down and it's there in front of you, it's something that you're going to work towards a little harder. So write down your goal. And when you think of, if you are questioning what you are doing, and whether it is an income producing activity, you need to look at, is it going to help me hit one of those goals? So whether it's sales or sponsoring. If it's not going to, it's not an income producing activity. I love all the dogs. My dog's like ignoring me right now. Okay, so things that are income producing activities, creating your posts. So you should all have a customer group on Facebook. If not, you are hopefully on Instagram. I know some people have kind of taken to TikTok, which I love seeing all that. It's super cool. Maybe one day I'll be that cool. But creating your posts, creating your content. And I think that's where a lot of people struggle, and it's a place that I really struggled, and I've been working on it more lately. Your group right now, and the way to make it not icky is to take the Zyia out. If you did not watch the team call from last week, I would encourage you to go and watch it, because the guest that we had on really talked about taking the Zyia out and adding the community back in. And when you do that, the sales will follow. And I can tell you this from experience, because I've been doing it for about 3 weeks, and it took a little bit of time to get rolling, but it does work. But you do have to spend a little time creating content. You can't just throw up a meme or throw up a stock photo. Mariah, you're on here. So Mariah, I always look to for my social media stuff. I'm going to give you guys some statistics that I know are not exactly right, and she can correct me. But I think if I remember right, so people only see 1 out of every 7 posts you do. Does that sound right, Mariah? You don't know? Okay. Facebook has these weird algorithms. So they only see about 1 out of every 7 posts you do, and only about 10% of your friends or people in your customer group are going to even see those. So when you think about that, if you were doing 7 stock photo posts and then 1 personal post, the likelihood is that every time somebody clicks on, that they get a notification that they actually click on for your group, they see you trying to sell something to them. So I want to encourage you that in this time where we have more time, for most of us, homeschooling is kicking my rear end, but I'm not driving back and forth to meetings. I'm not driving to hearings. I'm not even hardly driving to the grocery store. We're having stuff delivered in. So I do have more time. So I am spending more time creating more personal posts. So I am sharing what we're doing, whether it's talking about my 3-day hair, or the fact that I'm super frustrated with homeschooling, or talking about our new activity goal. This morning I shared about Chris's hair. But creating personal posts that people can either relate to, or that they just want to see our family, because a lot of people just want to see you. So if all you're doing is throwing up a meme, a funny meme, or a coronavirus meme, or a stock photo, you're going to lose your audience. Okay, so I want you to take time to create your content and schedule your posts. One of the things that I've been doing, and I wasn't doing before, is really paying attention to when I'm posting things. Because before, I always posted things at like 6:30 in the morning, because a lot of my friends work and they get up and they work out before they go to work. So I would post at 6:30 in the morning, but then the rest of the day was kind of a crapshoot as to when I got a post together. So I've been much more conscious about when I'm posting things, because now the time schedule is a little different. So I'm looking at when am I getting the most response. It's not at 6:30 in the morning anymore. It's at like 9 o'clock in the morning. And then in the evenings, now, whereas a lot of my friends before might have been at kids' sports, we don't have that right now. So usually around like 8 o'clock, people start looking at Facebook again. So I'm looking at when is a good time to post, and I spend time not just creating the post, but also scheduling the post. So I may create content, like half the stuff that I post, I created the pictures, or I took the pictures, or the video, the boomerang, whatever it was, the day before. And then I scheduled it to post the next day. So take time creating your content, scheduling your posts, taking your pictures or boomerangs. If you don't have, I feel like boomerangs get a ton of hits. I don't know why. And the funner they are, the better. I mean, it can be like a wine glass and cheersing a wine glass, and people like them. The one day I did like a little sneak peek, because I had the, whatever that cute cheetah bra is, and I did like this, and I had all these people comment on it because I came up with content that went with it. So take 30 minutes and put on a couple different outfits, do a few different things, and you can come up with 3 days of pictures and posts in 30 minutes. Okay, might take you a little longer to write the content, but take 30 minutes, take some pictures, change your outfit. You can even just change a top. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can do to create content. And then the next thing I want to talk to you about is, and I see this a lot, people will say, well, I'm not getting any interaction in my customer group. Nobody's responding to me. So an income producing activity, something that's going to lead to one of your goals, is inviting people to your customer group. A lot of times when people say, I don't have any interaction, and I go to their groups and I look at it, it's because they have 50 people in their group or 30 people in their group. If 10% of those people are seeing it, that means that 3 to 5 people are seeing, am I doing my math right? 3 to 5 people are seeing your posts. Of course you're not going to generate interaction, right? There's only 3 or 5 people, and they may be reps, because you probably have reps in your group. So I want you to spend time inviting people to your group. How many friends do you have? I went back and looked at my numbers, and so at the beginning of last month, this is something I've really been concentrating on. I only had about I don't even think I had 150 people in my customer group. But I have 1,300 friends, and that's not a lot. Some of you probably have thousands and thousands. But my goal was to start inviting people. And you remember back in the old days when you invited people and they automatically got dumped into your group and people would get angry about it? Well, it doesn't work that way anymore. When you hit the invite button, it puts them in preview mode. So, hi, Megan. So they're going to see your posts in their feed. They may not get notifications, but they're going to see it and they can decide, do I want to be part of this or not? If you have 1,300 friends, you shouldn't only have 50 people in your group. Go and invite people. I know it's scary. I was so nervous about who's going to judge me, who's not going to want to be in my group, who's going to think I'm trying to sell them stuff. I had to change my content first, so that when those previews started showing up, they weren't just seeing stock photos. They were seeing me and my son doing something silly, or they were seeing me with the bottle of sanitizer, or they were seeing something I cooked that didn't go so well. Like, they were seeing actual real life things and not just me selling them things. So they wanted to be a part of the group. So I went from having 150 people to this morning, I think I have 223 was what it was this morning. And I just invited people. And probably 75% of the people that I invited, it might have taken them a few days, but eventually they accepted the invite. And I can tell you that in the last 2 weeks, my sales to new customers, I probably got 4 or 5 new customers just because they wanted to be part of the community that I was creating. So they accepted my invite. And then when I did post about Zyia, then they were like, oh, I love those leggings. Or if I posted a picture of, who knows? The other day I posted a picture of like, it was like the bottom of my leg in a snake skin with a glass of wine because we were doing social distancing, and I sold a pair of snake leggings. The post wasn't about the snake leggings, but people saw it, and so they wanted to buy. I've also found that my interaction with non-reps in my group, because I have a good number of reps, we have a big downline, and so I have a number of reps in my group. The interaction with non-reps, it's gone from 90% rep interaction to probably 50 to 60% non-rep interaction, which for me is huge because I want my customers to see my content. So inviting people to your group is an income producing activity. So other income producing activities, and if there's a chat that I'm totally missing because it's not pulled up on mine, hang on. Sorry guys. Okay. What's a boomerang? I hear, okay, so go and download the Boomerang app. Boomerangs are when you see people post something that it'll show them doing like, doo, 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 like that over and over. It's a little video, it's like a loop. That's a boomerang. You can download the app. They're super easy to make. People do like cute little shimmies, you know, it's fun. You can do all sorts of things with it. So that's a boomerang. Make sure you have it. All right, so more income producing activities. We have a lot of time, I said that. Follow up. If you have a new customer, even a non-new customer, okay. Send a thank you note or follow up on how something fits. If you have a customer that's always bought light and tights and they just tried a pair of joggers for the first time, follow up with them. Hey, how are the joggers? Do you love them? Do you love them as much as me? Because guess what? They might need something else. They might need a tank or a boyfriend sweater or something to go with it. Send a thank you note to customers. I have customers who buy from me almost every single month. Sending them a thank you note with a, hey, the next time you order, let me know, and I'll take $10 off, goes a long way, and those people are probably gonna place an order and maybe buy more than they usually do. Run a little selfie promo. So everybody loves a deal, and I'm sorry, hold on, this chair, can you see, look how low I got? Run a selfie promo where you send your customers a note and you say, hey, I'd love it if you would send me a picture of you in your leggings. And if you do it, I'll give you $5 off your next order or your next pair. You're not giving away the barn, but what you're going to do is you're going to turn around, you're going to post that in your customer group, and you're going to say, hey, thanks for sharing. I love how cute you looked in these. Can't wait to see you in your spin class, or whatever they do. So run a selfie promo. That would be an income producing activity. Has everybody know what I mean when I say a mystery hostess? Because I think a lot of people right now are like, well, I don't feel comfortable asking people to be hostesses for me. Run a mystery hostess in your party, in your own customer group. And what that is you're going to run a little party, and I would probably do a mini party right now where you do like 24 hours, where you go live. Going live is an income producing activity. 5 minutes, go live. I don't care what you talk about. I saw Amber Schultz cook a breakfast yesterday. I've seen Mariah do workouts. I've seen a lot of you doing different things. Do a live video, and then anyhow. So as part of your mystery hostess, you can do it that way. And then you're going to give away the hostess rewards to someone who buys. Okay, even if it's a $200 party, it's still $200 that you may not have had anyways, and that person might turn around and actually do, one of the other people might do their own party. Okay, so those are just a few ideas. I don't want to take all your time. I know I talk really fast. So if you have any other questions, let me know. But what I want you to do is I want you to get off of this call and I want you to go and do some of these things. Because if you listen and don't do, then it's like you never were here. A couple things I wanted to share with you. I just saw this morning. So a couple businesses that were started in recessions, Uber, Pinterest, Square, Venmo, they're all doing pretty well right now. They were started in recessions. So if you're worried about starting a business right now, don't. The company is as stable as we have ever been. We have no debt. We don't need to take out a line of credit to pay our commissions or to pay our employees. I will tell you that right now the customer service is all working from home. So Megan actually had to go to the office today, but everyone else is working from home. So if you call, it's very unlikely that anybody is going to answer the phone. So send an email or send a chat. Those are your best ways to get through to someone at customer service. The warehouse is still running. I did ask Zach on our Zyia exec call the other day about what if Utah gets a shelter-in-place order. They are going to continue running the warehouse as an essential business. Apparently warehouses are essential businesses. I haven't looked that far in, but they are going to plan to continue shipping unless the shippers shut down. Their goal is to continue shipping all of their shipments from China, because some of our clothes are made in China, a lot of them are still on the way. So they are still on track to get here. So that is not a problem either. So I just wanted to let you guys know we are a very healthy company, and I want you to continue pushing your business now, because you're going to find that when you push your business now, when all of this is over, and it's going to be over, girls, like we are going to get through this. Your business is going to be stronger, and the people who ignored their business or let the fear paralyze them and did nothing with it, those people are going to have a long way to play catch up. So I encourage you to keep going in your business. Reach out if you need support, if you need moral support, if you just want to talk to somebody, reach out, please. We are all here, and this is an amazing community. So let me take one picture before we all hang up. Don't hang up, because I always forget to take pictures of the screen, and then I want to punch myself. Okay, smile. Okay. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Thanks for hopping on. It was great to see your faces, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.